What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at Odin. He's big, he's beautiful. Let's see what we've got going on. Let's check it out. As promised, today we'll be taking a look at Odin. Let's see what we've got going on. Taking a look at the package. This guy's big, he's beefy. That's the kind of figure, I think you get your money's worth with this guy, right? A lot going on there. We've got some accessories. We've got some ravens, crows, birds, stuff. We've got some alternate helmet options, some extra hands. We're celebrating 85 years. You've got your logo up there. Flip it to the side. Nice comic art right there. Flip it to the back. There he is in all of his glory. Look at that. That looks pretty good. I like that. Odin, King of Asgard, uses his immense wisdom and skills as a warrior to defend the realms as the All-Father. Some important information down there. Flip it to that side. Again, just your logos. Let's get him out of the box. Fresh out of the box, this guy looks pretty good. Pretty daunting, pretty beefy. He's gonna have presence on the shelf. That's just something that's good in and of itself, right? Like, you see a figure, you have an idea, especially if you know where it's gonna go, and just knowing that it's gonna have that presence on the shelf. That's something that I really enjoy about this collecting thing, right? I think this could even draw in people who have no desire to collect Marvel Legends. It's just a great looking figure alone. Okay, does come with a good amount of stuff. You've got some swappable options instead of heads. That I like it and I don't, right? I like the idea of swappable heads because we get different options for expressions. I kind of like Odin being stoic though, so I'm okay with the one option that we have. In some cases, I may not, like it as much, but I think for this will work out. There is an argument to be made though, is we're kind of skimping on some things by just including these swappable parts. Kang, looking at you. All right. One thing I did notice when I pulled out the sword, though, there was paint already coming off, so just be careful when you pull out your accessories. These are taped down, and that paint is going to chip right off. Let's take a closer look. For the accessories, we get some. We've seen this before, right? So that's nothing new. It is just in a single color. It would have maybe been cool to see this in a little bit better gold option, but since it didn't need to be much, I guess it's fair the way it came out. Your swappable pieces for your head. So you do get this crown, which this looks pretty epic. I'm excited to see how that looks. And this is no slouch either. So I like the options that we have. So we'll take a look at those in just a moment. Of course, you get some alternate hands. The sword, which we've already touched on, it's a great looking sword. I am a little bit disappointed though that I already got some rub on there, paint chipping, so I'll just have to go with that side forward, I suppose. Our birds, they've got some nice purple in there. Go Ravens. Taking a closer look at Odin here. You can get a good look at that face. That's a really nice face sculpt. I like the beard. I like this costume, man. There's a lot going on, and it's delivering on the amount of epicness, if you will. Some fur back here. The only thing I don't really like is the cloth cape. As you guys know, I'm not a big fan of cloth capes in general. I'm especially not a fan of napkins just hanging on the back of the figure. This is a white piece of cloth that's going to look like shit in a couple of years because it's going to get dirty and dingy. Put some wire in it, I guess, to give it some life, or just give me the plastic cape. I'm not big on this. This is my only gripe thus far for this figure. The head's not going to give you much for articulation. That beard gets in the way in the front, the hair and the faux fur get in the way in the back. So don't expect much. You're not going to get much side to side either. Again, I think this figure is just going to be one of those that stands, epic and stoic in your display. Your shoulder pads are again on a ring behind your arm there, so they are just plugged in back there. The plastic on here is pliable enough that you can move it around. It's not going to hinder you too much. Same goes for the fur piece back here, which does port in on its own. Your arms will move all the way around. The shoulder piece does move on its own again, so it doesn't get in your way there. You do have an upper bicep cut here, and you are single jointed at your elbow, so you can see that there. It's a big figure. You kind of expected that. You only get the ball joint at the lower part of the torso there. You can kind of see it. Nice big joint in there. Gives you a pretty decent amount of range. This guy's going to be super limited. You get nothing in the upper torso, so everything is down there. This is another piece of pliable plastic, so plenty of movement for the big guy. Leg will kick out to there, back to there, and then only out to about there. I say only, but that's not too bad. Upper thigh cut. Appears to be double jointed at the knee. Yeah, double jointed at the knee, but you're not going to get a lot out of this with all the boot armor and knee armor here. Certainly going to limit your motion in either direction. You have your hinge and swivel at the ankle, and then your hinges at your wrists. So you do get the vertical here. You also get hands with the horizontal option as well. If you'd like to remove the cape, you can pull the fur piece here, ports into the shoulders, and then the cape just overlays there. That will assist you with swapping out the helmets. So the hair will pop off. You can see sits right on top there. Doesn't look too creepy without it, but certainly could. And then just choose which helmet you'd like from there. So they'll pop on, they'll port right in. They look pretty good. That looks nice right there. And then alternatively, you have this option. Again, this comes off pretty epic. I think I'm going to rock with that one. Put the fur and cape back on and see how that looks. When swapping these out and putting the fur piece back on, make sure the hair goes underneath the fur. Otherwise, it won't sit correctly. But yeah, I like that. That looks good. For your hands, you do get your open sort of fist for your weapon carrying, and then you get your open hand and your closed fist. For comparison, here he is backed up against the previous Odin Allfather Build-A-Figure. Just an immediate domination over this previous version of the character. It's insane. I really like this Build-A-Figure, but man, this really has a presence, and I don't think there's a question of which one I'm going to display. I'm certainly going with the new one. And then here he is backed up against Valkyrie, mostly because she fell down when I tried to pull out the Build-A-Figure there. So, and here he is backed up against Lady Loki, so very much towering over her. And lastly, just to give you an idea of the size, here he is backed up against the Hulk. Grey Hulk here gives you an idea of the rest of the Hulks in Marvel Legends. Pretty similar in size. I would say roughly the same size. So that gives you an idea how big Odin is going to be in your display. Alright folks, well there you have it. There is your Marvel Legends Odin from the 85-year anniversary wave. I think that about wraps it up for me with these 85-year anniversary figures. All in all, it's been a really great series, really great program for Marvel Legends. Everything has been pretty epic, and I've enjoyed every figure from the program. So, love to hear your thoughts about it, specifically about this figure, but the entire program if you have them. This one is a really nice figure, has a presence, is going to look dominant on the shelf Asgard is getting a huge upgrade in my display, so I'm excited about that. Looking forward to how he's going to look on the shelf. He's going to take up a lot of space, and I don't love that part. Just kidding. I mean, it's a nice figure. I'm not going to complain about how big it is. It's going to look great. Love to hear your thoughts about it. Is this about the size that you'd like to see? Do you want to see it a little bit smaller? Do you prefer the Build-A-Figure? Talk to me. Let's have a dialogue about these things. I like the figure. I'm here for it, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. That's just my 2 cents. I appreciate you checking out the video. Hopefully you got something out of it. Of course, you can always find me on any of these socials down here. Most importantly, though, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe below. And until next time, take it easy.